Hi, I'm Wyllie and I'm from the No2BedroomTax Campaign. The No2BedroomTax Campaign is a grassroots campaign. It was started when four friends were so enraged by the government's welfare reforms that we thought we had to act. We believe that it's more than just politics. The act on the most vulnerable in our society. In fact, it's an attack on our society. But I'm not here to speak about the campaign. I'm here to speak about the under-occupied element of the Welfare Reform Bill 2012, the bedroom tax. Let's be clear, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a tax, this is a benefit cut. This benefit cut will affect the most vulnerable and most poorest paid in this country. It will affect over 600,000 people in the United Kingdom, of which over 400,000 will have a disabled person in that household. Now think about that for one moment. Over 400,000 disabled people are getting a benefits cut. And why? Because they have the audacity of having a spare room. It's sick. The government claims that the bedroom tax will improve the housing system, but they lie. The government's own impact statement, it clearly states in black and white there are not enough one-bedroom flats in the social sector for this to work. It is as simple as that. There are not enough homes. You have people who want to move but can't move. You have people who want to pay but can't pay. This will result in people moving from the social sector to the private sector. Now me and you know this. The private sector is more expensive. In England, in fact, the average weekly rent in the private sector is £163 compared to £83 in the social sector. The bedroom tax will not solve the housing system, a housing crisis. You cannot improve a housing crisis by manipulating the benefit system. The real problem, the core problem, ladies and gentlemen, is there's not enough homes. Now call me old fashioned if you like, but isn't the obvious solution build more homes? Maybe it's... This government claims that the bedroom tax will save money. And I'm not going to surprise you here, but they lied again. The government's own impact statement says that it's going to be cost neutral if everything works to plan. But it can't work to plan because there's not enough one-bedroom flats. The real financial costs will be bared by local housing associations and local councils up and down the country. I come from Paisley. My own council, Renfrewshire Council, estimates it will lose £1.8 million in lost revenue from the bedroom tax alone. This cost is reflective in housing associations and councils up and down the country. And this will having to be made. The tenant will either have to pay the bedroom tax but go cold and hungry, or don't pay the bedroom tax but face eviction proceedings. If we play by their rules, we just cannot win. Let's speak about evictions. The eviction process is expensive to taxpayers. Shelter, they estimate it costs £26,000 to evict a person. That's money that should be spent on roads, hospitals and schools. It should not be spent on throwing vulnerable and poorly paid people onto the street. If the government was really interested, really serious about cutting the housing benefit bill, they could do it like that. Cap rents in the private sector. But they don't. And I think that says a lot. I'm not a member of a political party. I'm not a member of any political organisation. But I am politically aware. In 2010, I read all the manifestos from all the major parties, and not one of them mentioned a bedroom tax. This is an unmandated policy by a coalition government that has little or no mandate in this country. I'm an ex-Quaddy. I live in a tenement flat in Paisley with my wife and my young family. What I'm trying to say is I don't view the bedroom tax as a political argument. I view it as a matter of what is right and what is wrong. And it's wrong. And it's not the only thing that's wrong. It's wrong that the most vulnerable in our society have been the hardest hit by government-led austerity cuts. It's wrong that fuel, food prices and profits are rising, but benefits and wages are falling. And it's wrong that in the same week as this government implemented the bedroom tax, they gave a bloody tax cut to millionaires. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. It's up to us to stand up for what is right. We did not ask for this. We did not want this. But the government are attacking the most vulnerable in our society. So the question has to be, what are we, what are you going to do? When the poor and vulnerable have been kicked out in the streets, what are you going to do? When the sick and the disabled continue to be kicked off their sick when they're obviously not fit for work, what are you going to do? And when bankers get bonuses and we get more bloody cuts, will you sit back and do nothing? Do you feel angry? I hope you do, because it's justified anger. The government's attacks on the working class and on the poor and the vulnerable continues. This is a government that will put profit before people, cuts before communities, austerity before families. And I say no. No, no, no. And it's not just the bedroom tax. ATOS, benefit cuts, benefit caps, infringing workers' rights, the sell off the NHS in England. Bonuses for bosses, pay freezes for the workers. If this was a football match, we'd be losing. But, if we make friends with our neighbours, if we start to speak to that stranger across the road, if we protect the most vulnerable in our society, and have a universal brotherhood that unites and empowers the community, then we can win. We can win. We will win. Be bold. Be confident. Speak loud and speak proud. This is our time. This is our time for change. Thank you.